Hi, this is the extra practice work for Barton Level 6, Lesson 3. So your student learned the rice rule, which tells us that when you hear s after a long vowel, it's usually spelled CE, and the rise rule, conversely, when you hear z at the end after a long vowel, it's usually spelled SE. Now, there are exceptions to this, but it's a good generalization for spelling, okay? They also learned the first part of this rule, which is just the, whoops, that's not a good one to use, which is just the huge rule, okay? Which says when you hear j at the end, it's going to be spelled GE. American words do not end with the letter J. So, okay, so let's move into the extra practice work that they're going to be looking at. So let's start with extra practice number 3. Again, they always start with 3 because we have 1 and 2 in the book. Generally, this is kind of what we're looking at. If you hear z, it's going to be spelled with an SE. If you hear s, it's going to be spelled with a CE. And if you hear j at the end, it's going to be spelled with a GE. Okay, so put one line under each silent E that is doing one job. Put 2 lines if the silent E is doing 2 jobs, okay? So I'll show you how we're going to do this. This one has 2 jobs. This one is actually making the A say A in space, and it is also affecting the sound that the C makes. So it's changing it to S. Same with this one. This is 2 jobs. This is making the A say A, making the G say J. Refuse. This only has 1 job. You might think, and your student might think, that it is making the U say its long name, U, and it's also making the S say that Z sound, but it is not. It's actually, it's very technical, but it's actually this vowel U is forcing this S to make its vibrating sound. So actually this only has 1 job. Advice, there's 2. The I and the C, twice, 2. Enrage, 2. The A and the G, cage, 2. Franchise, 1. Retrace is 2. These, 1. Require is 1. Expose is 1. And spruce is 2. Okay. The next one, make a real word by putting a CE or a GE in the blank line. So we've got advice, angel, rice, sage, grease, huge, replace, tragedy, digest, disgrace, lace, trace, dice, and agent. Those are the answers for that one. And make 2 or more sentences by drawing a line between the who, the did what, the where, when, why, how. Read each one you each one you make. So maybe the secret agent did pose by the huge window to witness a crime, something like that. Okay, so that is the extra practice pages, the fluency drills. You know, the vocab is definitely getting harder. As always, I would just remind you to take time to work on vocabulary as much as the fluency piece of this. So there might be words like transpose that they don't know, and that would be a good time for you to work through some of that information. Okay, and as far as syllable division goes, a lot of these only have 1 syllable, like mice only has 1 syllable. Let's do the word disclose. So here's my vowel here and here's my vowel here. That means we have 1, 2, 3 in the middle. This is going to be a 1-2 split. Now the job of the E is simply to make the O say O, so we do not count that when we're doing our syllable division. So just a quick reminder, like the word device, even though it has 3 syllables, the E already has a job, and that is actually 2 jobs, to make the I say I and make the C say S. So the word device would be divided right there. Prose, this is always one that trips kids up, you know, obviously meaning poetry, not meaning like pro fisherman or something, okay? So that's that. There are two fluency drills for this one. It looks like I already have the word legislate divided up for students. This is actually not even divided correctly here. I would do the I sound by itself. Slate. Okay, so the job of the E, just to make the A say A. This I in the middle is short. It's what we call the confident rule. It's short. Sometimes those letters in the middle will make their short sounds. Slate. The G is next to an I, which means that it's going to change sounds to the J. Same with vigil. The G is next to the I. This would actually divide right here. Vigil. There's also a schwa in that word. So anyhow, I hope that's not too technical. If it is, just reach out to myself or your student's tutor and we can help you with any questions that you have. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.